Hello everyone, welcome to a Saturday night stream. Took a little bit of a break from doing it for reasons that you can see in my lap right now. She's currently passed out in my arms. I wasn't initially planning on doing this while holding her, but when the mother of your child asks you to hold the baby for a little bit, you hold the baby for a little bit. So she's going to sleep right here for us for a little bit. It kind of limits what we're allowed to do because I only have one hand. But I want to keep up a somewhat consistent schedule, or at least somewhat feel out a routine for doing this again with baby. So we're just going to try to do it as we can and do streams as we can. I got other stuff I need to get done anyway that uh, that I need to get done that I can do with just one hand and a little passenger along with us. So we will go to do that now, and we'll keep an eye on her and make sure she doesn't get too fussy or anything. So this is Navy. She was born April 12th, which is a couple days from today, and we just got home from the hospital a day or two ago. And we've been getting used to life with baby. And since I decided that I wanted to make doing this and doing it somewhat consistently a part of my life, or try to do it, well, I figure this just comes with the territory. And finding time to do it at night, in between when she's feeding, when she's with my wife, or when she's getting taken care of. So today just kind of overlapped with it being some of my time and also some time to get some stuff done. So she'll be around with us. So today I'm just going to do some work on a documentary project that I'm working on for Monomyth. So if you're watching this and you care, it's a little behind the scenes and seeing how far I've come. I keep looking over there because that's where my second monitor is to see everything. So it's just a tendency to look at myself that I'm fighting. But yeah, so we're gonna work on a little bit of documentary work while we sit here with Navy, because I can do that one-handed. There won't be any audio from this just because it's just raw audio from all the sessions, so I don't want that going through there. Also, process of editorializing stuff needs to be redacted and taken out and trimmed and everything. So, for the sake of the guys that let me film them, I'm gonna take the audio out of here. So you'll just listen to me as I go through stuff, and I got chat pulled up next over here. So, actually, I'm gonna switch screens up a little bit. Maybe I can do browsing. That's probably the best screen. Yeah, it is. Yeah, so I'll still see your chat. If you wanna leave some chat, or if you come and drop by, uh, feel free to. Uh, But we're going to do this today. Just make some more headway on this project. I've been working on it for a while. I've been working on it since start of last football season, I guess. So last fall of 2023, I started it. So it's been quite the process here working on this. Okay, there's going to be nothing usable. Well, nothing usable for syncing purposes anyway. What I'm doing, the stage I'm at in this process right now, is going through all of the various inputs that I got. So audio, video, some feed from their intercom walkie-talkies. Basically, I'm going through all of that and syncing it together in one timeline throughout the game. Any shots that I can, I'm not sweating little shots here and there, just the shots that I can get pretty easily. So then I can have a storyline for the game to film some interviews with the guys afterwards and make some progress. So that's the stage we're at now. That's why I'll be skipping around through all this and kind of skipping past. I doubt you could hear that snap. I'll be amazed if I can hear that snap in the audio recording. Let's see though. Snap. Okay, let's see if we can hear it. Keep it nice and calm. I got plenty of stuff to listen to between now and then. I don't make a big fuss over skipping through the stuff to get through it quicker. It's good to I think it's good to listen through stuff when you're going through it first and listen through it through its entirety, just because it gives you you'll pick up mental notes that you can go back to later and remember certain pieces of stuff that you're working on, um, and keep going. So I'll let this run. I'm listening for a certain thing. I kind of know where the clip that I'm referencing takes place, so I can listen for that. And if I don't hear the snap, we'll move on. But if we hear the snap, we'll try to sync it to the snap and go from there. So yeah, life's been pretty crazy. I don't really have much poignant to talk about. I want to in the future if I can get some consistent following on these when I'm actually live and get some people tuning in. I'd love to chat with more people and like almost turn it into kind of a question and philosophy type thing. Really letting people send like post questions in the chat or post things that come up in the news in the chat, that just come up in their daily lives that we can look at and like discuss, because I personally listen to a lot of like political news things and like up to date cultural kind of stuff, and I find it genuinely interesting. But because I listen to so much of it and listen to just listen to the people that I listen to, and then listen to the people on the other side of the aisle say the same things, I get really burnt out on the hyper politicalized nature that even people that claim to be shooting down the middle have. I feel like everyone's got a side, and there are fewer and fewer people that just kind of look at issues the way I feel like most of the world and the country looks at issues. Um, so that's one of my goals with growing this, is to, as the stream is actually live and I can see your chats come in and see people talk, is discuss with a bulk of people, like as people, about certain things, and rationalize my points of view to people, and they can in turn somewhat rationalize through the chat feature their views to me, and we can just kind of realize that I don't think a lot of stuff is as far apart or as radical either direction that people think. But that'll obviously come down on the road when we have more concurrent viewers while the streams are live. Most stuff now comes from watching later or joining in the middle, little views, and a lot of it is people that I personally know checking in and giving me notes about, stuff on the stream that's broken or doesn't work right, which I greatly appreciate. But that'll come later. Right now, I really just want to use it as kind of a hobby, a gateway hobby, I think. Uh, I was talking with a guy that I meet with regularly here in town, almost as unpaid therapy. We just kind of talk about life and what's going on and different things. I find it really soothes my soul, like being able to talk. Just not, he's not family. He's not like a friend my age. There's an age difference between us. So I just found it nice to talk to him about stuff going on in both of our lives and find it kind of peaceful and soothing. But I was telling him, because he asked me, so live streaming, huh? And I was like, yeah. I'm kind of just treating this as a gateway hobby of sorts, because I realized staring down the end of pregnancy with this one, um, and realizing that I was moving further and further into adult life with a whole bunch of responsibilities, different things eating up in my time, eating up what I'm able to do with my free time, um, and narrowing down kind of your opportunities in life to a degree. Like when you're in the middle of life, I think from like late 20s to 40s or 50s, like I feel like your opportunities in life are really narrow for a wide portion of the country, because you're limited in your income potential if you're not just instantly earning $100,000 a year or more. You're starting a family, so you're limited by starting the family and then also your kids' activities and the resources you put into your kids. And then you're just kind of in that mode of working and kids and growing your family unit. I feel until you get towards the end and you kind of crest that hill, and your kids are grown and you're kind of up in your career, and so then you can kind of start widening your opportunities, take more trips, pick up new hobbies, do new things. Um, anyway, I saw that happening, and I saw that philosophy coming on. And so I was like, well, I got all these hobbies that I want to stay involved with, and I want to do with my kids, and I want to keep doing and get better at. But if I keep going the current path I'm on, I'm gonna lose time for those things. So I was having to rack my brain and think to myself, okay, what are some half career, half hobby moves that I can make that will open up the door for me to keep my opportunities as wide as possible in life and not be limited by the realities of adult life, essentially. And so live streaming kind of came about. I had done other things before that. For example, the stuff I do through my business, which is Monomyth Production Company. I do it now. It is essentially just self sufficient, so it's not a burden on me financially. It's not exactly rewarding me financially yet. But I started it with some friends who have now gone on to do some other creative things. So it's just me now. They still help me out when I need them, thankfully. Love them for that. But the goal with that is, again, that opportunity and that freedom is if it takes off and it begins rewarding me, well, it's my own business. So I can decide when I work, how much I work, what all comes in and goes out for that, and how it works with my future schedule, which I really like. And I think everyone likes that. It's just a matter of if you have the drive and the ability to make it real. And so I'm in the process of figuring out if I have the drive and the ability to make it real. Um, so hopefully that turns out pretty well. I'm super excited to see where it goes. This documentary that I'm doing right now is part of that. Honestly, if I'm honest, I'm hanging way too many hopes on the positive outcome of this thing. Your mind tells you from what I've done of this project, right? Hey, Dad, what's up? From what I've done of this project so far, it is it is looking like it could be a really good project, a really good um, piece of documentary work. But it's just on me to finish it and do it justice, do it justice. So but I am hanging way too many hopes on it. Like, I'm gonna release this. It's gonna catch fire. It's gonna be all over the festival scene. It's gonna be the cornerstone that launches all of Monomyth's success and my own success. Which, I need to probably tame those aspirations. But it's good to dream. Academy Award, Lord, I hope so. I could only wish that this got me an Academy Award, but you never know. Maybe. Uh, Aside from that, though, aside from doing monomyth and kind of taking that route, which is a very slow burn route in all of this, uh, it is also, why, so then why do this if I'm doing that already? Well, it's a slow burn and it may lead to good things. It may not. It may just sit there and burn slowly forever. But with this, it used to be kind of lucrative, at least when I was a kid. So definitely before I was a kid, but I'm still young enough to remember that it was kind of ridiculous in a pipe dream to be like, I'm gonna make money playing video games. I'm gonna make money live streaming, sorry, I'm losing my voice. Making internet videos, doing basically new media, stuff like this. Used to be kind of a pipe dream. But now it is I feel like it's a more solid option. It's a more tangible option to explore the media space that we have now and the low barrier to entry and the infinite possibility that's out there, and to explore that and to see if you can't market yourself in that space. I went to college doing media related stuff, and so I'm always trying to find a way to move media into my life and working with things I'm passionate about as far as editing and design and media work. And so live streaming presented itself to me as an idea that I wasn't particularly against. I was what's the word? I've always kind of thought that doing something like this would be cool. Being like a YouTuber or a live streamer would be cool. Of course, I think a lot of kids nowadays have that. It's the previous generation's version of being like a TV or movie star. So so there's not a lot of value in just saying, "Oh yeah, it would be cool to be a YouTuber or a live streamer." Um, but since I have kind of just gone down this media path since halfway through my high school career, it was uh, it was something that I thought, I can pursue no cost to entry, which is why the stream looks like it does, because I have spent no money setting up any of this. It's all free software stuff that I have had from just living life and doing other things. So there's no barrier to entry. And if I do it and get regular enough, get good enough at it, do something of significant enough value, entertainment wise or philosophy wise, or just, enough people find some sort of value in watching this either live or recorded, then, there's an option there. There's increasingly more availability. There's a increasingly bigger pie that I can get a slice out of in this field. And so it was kind of those no harm entries, but possible decent reward on the back end. And so why not experiment, pick it up as a little hobby, do it somewhat regularly, see how regularly you can do it, and just kind of see what it turns into and try to do it well and try to give it a decent amount of your all, which I plan to do going forward. This is by no means the final form of what this live stream is always going to be. I have bigger plans and we'll have more free time to talk about that as I go on into the hours of sitting here editing. But for right now, this is kind of a good way to test it all out, get in a schedule, be able to tinker with stuff, stay active in chats and productive criticism from everybody. So this is what we're doing. Um, and so then to kind of get back to how this long tangential conversation with myself started is if this gateway hobby, which I have spent no money on and can spend very little money on to make it what I want it, if it can get to the point where, it's a side hustle. If it just becomes a side hustle at some point, well, that's more money than I had. That's more opportunity than I had when I started. And so, in my opinion, it's worth it to try it, um, and then see if it grows from there. But the idea being, if it gets to a side hustle point, or gets to a big enough side hustle point, it partnered with the side hustle level income that Monomyth already does, which I want to grow as well. Well, then I start to open the door to, okay, one of these or a combination of these is actually giving me enough stability and security that I can do them full time, and I can go into them and put my all into them, and them be what is supporting me, my family, in combination with my wife, and keeping us going. And then once you're there, you have what I was talking about at the beginning. You have more opportunity. You have the opportunity to do things not only with yourself, not only pursue hobbies and skills that I want to pursue and live a life that I want to live, but as well with Navy here and any other future bundles of joy that I may end up holding. It's more opportunity for me to give to them so that they can do the same ongoing down the generations. And so all of that long-winded, roughly 20-minute string of thought from my head to your ears to say that I'm doing these live streams because there's no reason not to try with someone with my inclination towards media. there's possible reward that not only rewards myself for doing it, but also rewards the next generation of me and rewards people further on down the line from me. Yeah. Did you hear me talking about you? Yeah. So that's why I'm doing it. You know, it's weird thinking about it all. It's weird one thing kind of sitting here just thinking, having time to think to yourself and actually talk stuff out. When it is just kind of you and my dad by association. Uh, a lot of people out and about now in my immediate family out here with a lot of free time because they've all taken off to help me and my wife through the hospital and through getting home with Navy here. So I assume that is why my father has decided to join at 9:45 at night, whereas normally it would definitely be bedtime hours for him later on. Check on some stream health options. What's the matter? We recommended audio stream bitrate 428. Oh, I mean, it seems fine. Open widget. Suggestion 942. I am not saying that at all, and I would never accuse anyone of that, because I myself go to bed at like 6:50. That is my ideal time to be in bed. Obviously, the thing I'm holding in my lap right now um, limits my ability to do that at all. I want to move. Oh, what do I want to do? How do I want to do this? I want to crop this so I'm messing with some straight settings. Control Z, Z, Z. Okay. What are you doing? Are you waking up? You waking up on me? Yeah, waking up on me? Let's see. What do I want to do? I want to transform. I want to edit transform. It's tied to the bottom center. So I want to crop the top some more. I know y'all can't see this, but you can see it on stream as I mess with it in OBS. Fine tuning some stuff on OBS in my chat window. Sam, oh, go to bed early? Oh, yeah. Navy does want to say something. It is true, uh, you are old and go to bed early. But I am also not very old and still insist on going to bed early. So I can't judge you for that because I myself try to do the same. Although Navy puts a wrench in that, I probably have a combined 24 hours of sleep over the last four because of this one. Let's see if that feels like it's too low. Maybe right there. Oh my goodness. Are you waking up? Nope, nope, not low enough. Ooh, too hot. Oh no. Are you waking up? Yeah, yeah. You waking up? Saying, Dad, pay attention to me? That's better. That's a better chat window for us all to live with. There we go. Cool. All right. What's up, little one? Yeah, just put up a little bit. Oh, oh, it's so hard. Grab this little guy. Oh, oh, it's so hard. So hard being 3 days old. Yeah. Well, our first break might be coming to us a bit early if our little one here decides it's time to freak out. We'll go take care of her so you guys don't have to listen to a baby cry. Because, well, to the right ears, and maybe that's a good thing to talk about backside of the break to myself and to my father if he's still here, and to anyone else, is child rearing and having a kid. Um, it is an experience unlike any other in the world. And I feel like anyone will tell you that, but I mean, it's true. And it's hard to believe that until it actually happens. Uh, but I mean, it's 100% true. And so, while to me, Navy's sweet little cries and screams and little grunts and yells is really not that bad. It's just kind of honestly, I just kind of smile every time she screams because she's making noise, and when she cries because she's making noise. That might change, later on when she's 2 and it's not as adorable. But right now, it's not that bad. But I completely understand for those who are uninitiated in childbirth how a crying baby could not be the most pleasant thing to listen to. So if she breaks out into a full blown cry, we'll take a little break and go take care of her and come back. But she's holding on there for a second. I think she's trying to work a little gas out of her system. Bet you didn't expect that, especially if you're watching the replay of this. You see me bust out the editing. You're like, ooh, we're about to see some premiere work, about to see some editing work from our guy. No, this is a baby raising stream. This is how to properly take care of your little kid. Hey, Mary. Mary, you can watch yourself if you want. Uh, yeah, this is a how to keep a baby from crying stream now. Right here. How to soothe a baby. Admittedly, I am not that good at it, but you get better every day. Yeah, is that right? Is that right? For anyone still following the editing narrative, no, we have not made it to the snap point in the edit. We have not made it to that point yet. Uh-oh. All right. Take a little break here.